Well, I don't need to tell you that life, of course, can be very difficult, very hard, very hectic. But there are little things in life that make it all just a little bit better. And I don't think I'm unique in saying that when I come home after a real long, demanding day, there's nothing more than I want than to get into some really comfortable clothes, flop myself down into a really comfortable chair. And if I don't have enough energy to read a book, then I'd like the comfort of the remote control in my right hand so I can watch my dumb shows, and you're not going to tell me I can't. But sometimes I'll come through the door and I'll be surprised because my wife will say, "Oh, we have some guests." I may be wanting to sit in my chair and grab the remote and get into some comfortable clothes, but we got people in the front room, and so they need my attention, and there's issues that need to be discussed, and so I'm going to have to postpone all of that. Or worse yet, I've already settled into my chair, put on my comfy PJs, and the doorbell rings. Now, I got to admit, I got some high-tech gadgets, and one is a little screen that shows me who's at the front door. So be careful when you come to my house, because there it is, and I can see who's there. Now, if it's you that's at the front door, well, of course, that's an important person. I need to lay aside the remote control, get out of my chair, put on a presentable shirt, come and greet you into my house. But if I look down at that little screen and I see it's that magazine salesman or some guy trying to drum up business for his, lawn service or whatever, I ain't budging. I'm not moving. See, because how I determine the importance of the person at the door is really going to allow me to decide whether or not I'm going to lay aside my comforts to deal with that person. Now, of course, our conscience should determine, if not, the Bible's very clear in telling us that the most important person in the universe is God. And to be more specific, in the pages of the Gospels, the God-man, Jesus Christ, no one is more important than him. By virtue of his deity, he's the most supremely important person in the universe, and it makes no sense at all that I would not be willing to lay aside some conveniences and comforts in my life to deal with whatever he might have me do. By virtue of his crucifixion, really wouldn't make any sense that I would cling to something that I would think would be important to me in light of his great sacrifice for me. I should be willing to sacrifice whatever it might take to please him. And just by virtue of the fact that he gives me gifts every day, he sustains my life. As the Bible says, in him all things hold together. If I really think that every good and perfect gift comes from God, it only makes sense that whatever the comfort might be, I'm willing to sacrifice that.